At approximately 6:04 p.m. this evening, two officers that were in one vehicle, an unmarked vehicle, were in the area here of Vine Street and Capon Street, Keeney Terrace, conducting a proactive firearm investigation. They located a suspicious individual in the area. The individual pulled out at least one firearm and began firing at the vehicle which the officers were in. The officers immediately fled the area right around the corner. They got out of their vehicle to engage. The suspect was gone at that point. They called in an officer in trouble alert, broadcast across the entire city. Officers responded, conducted a very large perimeter, and we're still conducting a search at this time.
Can you tell us more about the suspect, criminal history?
Push that mic into that stick. I don't know why it's not getting audio. There it is.
That's why.
Is that better?
Yeah, now I got it.
Yeah, I guess anybody who shoot at a police officer is pretty much is a danger to the regular.
Sure, we don't have an identification on the suspect as of yet right now.
Have they made any kind of contact with the person? I know you said they identified him, but how did it come to the point where the person was
That's part of the investigation. So the officers located a person of interest in regards to a active firearm investigation, at which point, prior to them making contact, the offender started shooting at them.
Is it safe to say they were looking for this person for the other investigation?
I believe they were, yes.
Do we know how many shots were fired and the type of weapon used?
So our shot spotter picked up 8 rounds. I believe 9 casings were located at the scene. Handguns.
And where was the cruiser struck?
It was an unmarked vehicle. It was not a police car. It was an SUV. It was struck in the driver's side window.
So talk about the search for this person. Like, what does that look like now?
So we have officers out here as well as detectives, marked officers, marked units out here. We have a couple canine officers conducting a relatively expansive search right now in the area that's suspected that the suspect fled in.
Any concern for the public in this area?
We're just asking everyone to stay inside, and if they see something, to contact us immediately. We are pretty confident that the suspect did flee the area, and likely he's still not out here right now.
Driver's side window. I mean, how close was it?
Very close. You know, there was a driver just inches away.
Was the suspect on foot or in a car?
The suspect was on foot.
Were they trying to stop him at all or engage him, or was it just?
They were in the middle of their investigation. I don't know what their intent was. The officers got transported to the hospital, which is routine in these kind of situations. And our Internal Affairs Division, Major Crimes Division, we're all out here looking into things. So the investigation is going to be well into the night.
How long do you guys think you'll actually still be here with the street closed?
Probably a couple more hours. We'll advise the public through social media when we do open it back up.
In the investigation, it was into the guns that the suspect had.
It was a firearm investigation. I haven't talked to the officers. I spoke to the sergeant that's in charge of the violent crime unit briefly, and he said they were conducting a proactive firearm investigation, and this was a person of interest.
Do you know how many shots struck the unmarked car?
I didn't look at it. The window was shattered, so maybe more than one. I'm not quite sure. So we'll get more of that as soon as our crime scene division conducts a full, analysis of the vehicle.
If this person was spending time in this neighborhood, perhaps lived here, is there anything you want to say to people about the importance of coming forward if this is in fact one of their neighbors who shot at police?
Sure. I mean, this is your home, and we try to protect the neighborhoods and the entire city as best we can. So everybody has a vested interest in safety, the police and the public. So we're encouraging anybody, if they see something, if they know something, to call us immediately. They can even contact us on our anonymous tip line, 860-722-TIPS.
And it was 2 officers, right, in the car?
2 officers were in the vehicle. Right.
Are you able to speak just about the issue of firearms in this neighborhood? Is this a place that's regularly these kinds of investigations happen?
Not so brazen such as this. Not specific in this general area. Some of the side streets are a little challenged, but in the Keeney Terrace, that area, not so much.
Sorry to do this. Our audio cut out in the beginning. Do you mind just rerunning, telling us what happened? I'm sorry.
At 6:04 p.m., we received a call from officers that they were being shot at in the area of Keeney Terrace as well as Vine Street, Keeney Terrace and Vine. An immediate 10-0 officer in trouble was broadcast through the entire city. Officers and detectives responded to this area, saturated the area, conducted immediate canvass for the suspect. The 2 officers left the scene after they were being shot at. They went about a block down the street. They tried to engage with the suspect. They could not locate him. At this time, the Major Crimes Division is here, as well as our Crime Scene Division, so we'll be conducting a full investigation into the matter. The 2 officers that were in the vehicle were part of the Violent Crime Unit. in an unmarked vehicle conducting a firearms investigation. This was a person of interest in regards to that investigation, so we have not identified anybody yet. So we'll be looking into that more. The road's going to be closed for probably a few more hours, and we'll let the public know as soon as we do open the roadway back up.
This is like a suspect armed and dangerous on the loose, or do you know who this is? I mean, how...
We don't have suspect identification at this time, so we are looking for him, and officers are out here as well as detectives. We'll be out here well into the night.